Hey everyone, so I just wanted to let people know after weeks of painstaking off and on attempts of the Catalyst of Change Tier 12 challenge, I finally ended up clearing it. I don't remember how many dozens of attempts I had to do this to get the right RNG in the right direction, but I want to show you guys the video clip I finally managed to make of me winning, and then I want to go over the characters and power levels that I used for this for others out there who are looking to clear this challenge, which is arguably the hardest of the new ones. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we are on the recording clip that I have of this. So this is my team that I used for the Catalyst of Change event. Now I use Electro, Black Bolt, Falcon, Ultron, and Crystal. Now I'm not sure if the arrangement of the team or their positioning really matters, but this is how I had it. Obviously Black Bolt and Ultron are my strongest characters, so I tried to have my weaker characters kind of separated because in this level there are really strong blobs that do AoE attacks, so I didn't want them all getting hit by the same blob and, you know, trying to survive through this. So let's play it here, and turned off my alliance chat here apparently to give us some more space on the text. So let's scroll up a little bit. So it is a team power of 384k. You can see here in the top right, it's a bit clipped off though, so let's continue on. It is a very challenging challenge. Mostly because the blobs here do a ton of damage. So what's really important, as you see as we go through here, is making sure that Electro uses her ultimate and gets as many offense downs as possible at the start of the match. But you do have to worry about Toad coming in at the start, doing a little bit of damage to your team. So let's take a look here. So you do have to defeat the marked enemies to win. There's blobs and I believe Toads in there as well, so mostly Brotherhood characters. So you see the Toad gets off his ultimate just to start, and that actually hits most of my characters. But we do hit Electro's ultimate here, and this does give an offense down to everyone except for shield security. But that's okay. I think we carry on here, and Electro has a slow. But then here we go, and so we need to focus on basically the blob, but we want to make sure we get as little counterattacks as possible. Now, if you want to work the RNG, sometimes you're gonna have to reset if you get hit back too many times because he does a ton of damage. So I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do here. I think I basic, do I, or do I just go in for the special? Let's see here. I think I'm probably deciding on what to do here. I think I go for the basic to try and clear as many positive effects as I can. And yeah, so we don't get the offense down, but we get the taunt and we get the follow-up striker. So I'm gonna pause it actually really quick. So just to let people know, so my Electro and my Crystal and my Falcon, they're all Raider class, and then Ultron and Black Bolt are Striker. So we'll look at this after when we go to the individual characters, but this is really important for follow-up attacks to clear out as many buffs as possible on these characters. And so we just work away on them slowly, but you need to make sure, and so I'm going to pause again here. So you want to make sure that if you're using Falcon for this challenge, don't use the ultimate because that's going to trigger both blobs counterattacks and you're probably going to lose your Falcon. So I just go in with the basic, just trying to do, you know, really it's Ultron and Black Bolt carrying the team here at this point. But Crystal is quite helpful to landing slows every now and then, and also healing up Black Bolt if necessary. So I think I use the basic again, trying to get that offense down, or offense up off, which I did. And then we go for the basic again to try and land a slow with Crystal. So that's kind of important as well. And then we're just clearing buffs again with Ultron and Black Bolt. We're just trying to kind of clearing as many buffs as we can and doing damage to Blob with Ultron and Black Bolt, and trying to get as many bots as we can as well, because the Ultron bots are really going to help buff the team, especially to Black Bolt. So here we're stuck. We kind of have to get the basic on anyways, and we do get hit, and there's a ton of damage actually here. So if you see that, so I get super lucky that Electro is not being targeted by anyone else at this point, but you know, there's a lot of RNG going on at this level. So I'm surprised that I actually made it without losing her. And so we're slowly just chipping away at the characters. We're stuck behind the shield security taunt, which is a bit unfortunate, but we get the AoE Black Bolt off with offense up, and we just start pinging people. So I do have a tier 14 Black Bolt, so I do want to keep that in mind. And then there's the two Toads that are left that we need to get through. So somehow, after that Killmonger AoE, Electro still stands in there, and it still stays alive somehow. And we get some more Ultron bots out, and at that point, basically we just get really lucky that Electro hasn't been targeted by any AoEs, and this is super important. And you know, obviously if you lose anyone, you're going to need to reset this. So And we just get kind of lucky here. At this point, we just kind of do as much damage and then eventually get them down. So really the blobs are the hardest part. It's the most important thing, and getting them down, but also removing their offense up that they get from Toad the offense up that they get from Spawn is really important as well. So it's a lot of RNG, and it's really difficult. And there we are. That's the 3-star there. So now that we cleared that, and there's the rewards. So it's largely an increase of orange gear rewards, but you know, hey, every little bit counts. So now that we're done that, I'm going to pause this here, and we're going to go back over to the game and check out my roster for my characters, and I'll show you guys the power that I have for my characters that I used to clear this. Okay, so we're back in game now here, and we're going to start with the most important characters, and that's Black Bolt and Ultron, because those are the big damage dealers for this challenge. So looking at Black Bolt here, I am level 76 now, but I don't believe I was with the challenge, and I kind of have a maxed out 7775 tier 14. I did use them in Dark Dimension 3, but you know, you might be, with the right RNG, you might be able to get it done at tier 13. Obviously these are hard challenges though, and I do have him at level 4 Striker, so he does get 20% HP with this, but he's not really you know, it's not really a his survivability is not really in question. It's really the other characters that are, so it's not too tough for him to stay alive. He just needs to do enough damage to get those blobs down. And so we'll move to the second character, and that is Ultron. Obviously there's only so much you can do with Ultron. I do have tier 14 Ultron as well, which I also used in Dark Dimension 3, but I do have 7775, so keep that in mind. And I do have level 2 Striker, not level 4, and he's level 76, but again, I believe he was level 75 for the challenge. So you know, as much as you can get with Ultron, and he's obviously without red stars, this is as far as you can take him. And so the 3 characters that I used, now I've heard of other people using different characters, but for what I used, where we'll start with Crystal here. So Crystal is tier 10. You know, obviously I could have raised her up even more, but she uses bio gear, so I didn't want to invest too much into her, even though I have decent red stars. So she is a level 2 Raider class, and we have 6664, tier 10, level 71, and that's just for the extra focus that I wanted to get from her with that. So she has a power of 63k. If you don't have any high red stars with her, you don't have to use her necessarily, but this is just what I decided to use. And then fourth off, where are we? Falcon. Where's Falcon? 69k Falcon. So this is again level 71, tier 12, a little bit higher, 6764. Now the only reason why I T4'd Red Wing, I did this a very long time ago. I thought it did a little bit more than it did, but it's only 5% speed bar, unfortunately. So we are level 2 Raider as well, tier 12, so 69k power total. Now, the 5th character, who was I forgot who was Electro. Electro's a bit on the weaker side. Now, where is she? 58k here. So she's tier 12, 4-star, 4 yellow, 4 red, tier 12, 6674. Now, this is really important, I think, the Chain Lightning. This gives offense down for 2 turns, and this has been super important in order for me to get as many offense downs on as many characters as possible in that challenge. You do get an extra 100,000 extra focus for this attack, so it's usually not too hard to land. But because of the blobs, a lot of the enemies do have deflects, so you need to keep this in mind when you're trying to apply this. So that is a bit tough there, but overall I think it's not too difficult. You just need the right characters. I have seen people use other characters, including I believe I've seen some people use Human Torch, but he is quite squishy, and I have seen some people use Cyclops as well, but again, he is also a bit on the squishier side, but if you can get to his AoE, I think that's what counts. Now, there isn't too many other characters I would really recommend using for this challenge, I don't think, but if anyone has any idea, or if they've cleared this and they've used it with different setup, please comment in down below so that we can get an idea of what kind of other arrangements maybe people have used in order to clear this event. So I just want to wrap things up here, but of course, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Boylon signing out.